There is literally just one simple thing separating the profitable traders from the unprofitable traders. And it's crazy to think that it just took one simple concept to literally change my trading career forever. What do you guys think it is? The difference between being profitable and being not profitable is literally the smallest thing possible, but it is so valuable and so important to understand. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what that is. Now, some of you have actually seen exactly what this is, but haven't realized how important and crucial it actually is to trading. Now, I sat down for a while and I really thought about the process and the time it took for me to actually become a profitable full-time trader. And I looked back and I pictured my whole entire timeline of when I first started learning Forex to where I am now. And I noticed there was a key moment in my trading career that actually changed everything for me. And it was so funny because it was so easy to actually kind of ignore or almost not even see the point that made me profitable. And once you have a full understanding of this concept, that is actually the point that will get you to being profitable. Now, I'm going to explain this by starting to show you some examples of some trades. Okay, so now I want you guys to take a minute and look at both of these trades. Now, I want you to actually ask yourself, what is the difference between both of these trades? Now, obviously, one of them is a winning trade. On the right, we have a winning trade. On the left, we have a losing trade. I'm going to go over the difference right now, but I want you to pay attention to one simple thing. This here was a losing trade. Was it because we had a sell in an uptrend? Well, no, we had a sell in an uptrend here and we won too. Well, then what is the difference exactly? Well, there's a couple differences. And the first difference is that here we were looking for a break of this low right here. Price broke, came back up, we entered, but then it just went straight up into our stop loss. Why didn't it continue down? You know, knowing the simple Forex strategy, why did it not go down? Well, this is because we have an MACD. Knowing that we have an MACD means that we can understand where the lows and where the highs are. Now, not just the lows and the highs, but the true lows and the true highs. So this right here, which we have marked as a low, was never actually a true low. This is because we had a low here on the MACD, but then it finished over here. So this entire area that we have covered here by the low on the MACD, as you can see here, to be a true low, we have to pick the very bottom of this low, which would be here. So this would actually be the true low. So we would actually need to see price break below here before deciding to go for a sell, because then we understand that price will then convert into a downtrend and start going to the downside. But we never had that. We had a break of this minor little low here, but this was not actually a true low. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, oh, okay, so is that the difference between being profitable and not being profitable? Is it an MACD? Well, it's actually not an MACD. It's actually something else. But before I tell you that, we're actually going to go on to the next trade and we're going to show you that. Okay, so now taking a look at the winning trade here. What is the difference? Well, the difference is we had a true low here. As you can see, we mark out the section from the MACD. This was the lowest point right here. Then we had price break below, come back up into our entry and go down into our take profit. However, we not only had a good confirmation from our MACD, but what else did we have? We had a true break happen. What is a true break? Well, I've explained a lot before in my other videos, but I'll quickly explain here again. Now, you might be asking yourself again, is this the difference between being profitable and not profitable? Is it a true break? Well, let's see here. So we had a first candle break through our structure. This is our structure here, this line. We'll actually add another line here just to show you. This was our structure line here. This was our low. And we were looking for price to break below it. We had price break below it. And for it to be a true confirmed break, we need price to close below the break candle. So this right here is considered the break candle. And then we had price come down and close below the break candle. So that's exactly what we were looking for. We had that happen, and then we got into our trade up here. The true break was an extra confirmation to confirm the reasoning that we were going with. And we were going with a sell bias here, which helped to contribute to our sell bias, and we looked for an entry on our strategy. This is a strategy I developed myself. I call this the simple Forex strategy. Many of you know it. Is the simple Forex strategy the one key thing to separate a profitable from a non-profitable trader? Well, to answer that, simply no. There is a lot of other traders out there who aren't using the simple Forex strategy and that are also profitable. So what exactly then is this key that separates the profitable from the non-profitable? Well, to simply explain it, it is called the edge. Looking back once again to my trading career and thinking about all my progress that I've made until I've came here now, the one thing that actually changed when I started to become profitable was having an edge. Now this edge, I didn't even see as an edge. I thought it was all about my strategy, all about, I thought it was just based on my strategy. I thought it was just what I've learned. I thought it was maybe some of the indicators that I was using. But when it comes down to it in the end, everything that I am trading now, I discovered for myself. It was never anything that I learned on YouTube, never anything that I learned on Google. This strategy I developed myself. The MACD, using this, I developed that myself. And the true break system that I have developed today, I developed that myself. Then you might be asking to yourself, okay, well, do I have to create some sort of edge? Well, yes and no. You have to have some sort of edge for sure, and it has to be something that you can develop on your own or figure out for yourself. Now, the best way to do that is through hours and hours of back testing. Now, any of you can do back testing, but the real key here is what I'm going to explain in a second. Now, before I explain to you the key to the trading edge that you're going to need to be profitable, the next best thing to do to be profitable is to have a good and reliable broker. If you would like to sign up with Hanko Trade, I would highly recommend Hanko Trade. I've been trading with them for a while now. They're one of the best brokers out there that you can have. Highly recommend them. My link will be down in the description for Hanko Trade. If you'd like to sign up with them, go ahead and sign up. Now, if you want a broker who is regulated, I would highly recommend signing up with AAAFX. They are a great regulated broker. Go ahead and sign up with them. Having a good broker will also give you another edge that you wouldn't even think about. Having a good, secure broker is going to give you a good edge in the trading game. You don't want to have a broker that is not going to treat you well. And fortunately, we have Hanko Trade and we have AAAFX, which are really great brokers. My links will be down in the description below if you'd like to sign up with them. Let's get into the main key to a trading edge. Now, the key to a good trading edge is not only having a trading edge, but having a trading edge that contributes or fits in well with your trading strategy. Now, one of my trading edges is knowing a true break. Now, this true break might not necessarily work as well with other strategies. So it is important to develop a trading edge that will actually give you an edge on your strategy itself. So this true break system that I use works really well with the few strategies that I have. Now, it may not work with something necessarily like support and resistance, or it may not work with, trading with other indicators and whatnot. This works really well with the system that I use, and that combined with my own strategy is what gives me that big edge that you need. And that's the thing about trading, is the difference between being profitable and not profitable is literally having that your own edge that will actually push you into the green and give you profitability that you need. So hopefully I explained everything right. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of more inspiration to go ahead and find your own trading edge. Now, I know it's a little bit difficult for beginners, but what I'd like to say is back testing is the most important part to finding that edge. You're not going to find it anywhere else. You're going to find it in the charts. Doing your own research, your own testing, you will find that trading edge. Now, if you would like to know a good way to find a trading edge, so basically what I did was I would use replay mode. You don't have to use replay mode. Replay mode is just a little bit more convenient. You can always just scroll back and play bar by bar. But what I did back in the day, when I discovered my edges that I needed, what I would do is I would mark out a lot of different things, and I would play around with a lot of different indicators and just try to see the consistencies in the market, where they're at, what happens when price hits a low, what happens when price hits a high. So I would just pick some sort of subject. So my subject would be, let's say, even taking away the MACD, major highs and lows. You know, I would mark out this low here. I would mark out this high here, and I might play through the back test, and I might ask myself, okay, why did price shoot up right there? What was it that made price shoot up? Was it because we had, you know, a break through the low here? Is it because we had a break through the low with a lot of power? Then you could do things like measure that power. Okay, well, let's see here. It broke through with 22 pips. Maybe then you can look and see what is the average pip of the candles before. You know, a lot of these candles had smaller pips, around 11 pips. If we get a break through the resistance with double the average pip count, does that mean it's very bullish? Will then it now move up to the next high? You know, you got to ask yourselves these questions, and now you can use this to test it again. So then you can mark new highs and new lows and wait for breaks to have, you know, a lot of power through it, you know, a lot of buy pressure, and kind of test that stuff and see what works and what doesn't. And now having this edge will separate you from the other 90% of losing traders and will give you that edge you need to push yourself into the 10% of profitable traders. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you learned a little bit today.